Hello everyone, good morning students. See here in previous video we saw the control statements types. There are three types of control statements. First one is conditional control statements, unconditional control statements and looping statements. In previous video we saw the four types of conditional control statements, means if conditions, if else condition, nested if or switch statement. These four types of conditional control statements we saw. The second type is unconditional control statement. So unconditional controls, there are four types, so that we will see later. So third type of control statement is looping statements. So there are three types of looping statements, so we will discuss today looping statements. Okay, see here looping statements. There are three types of looping statements: while loop, do while loop and for loop. These are the three types of looping statement. See here looping statement, some set of statements need to execute repeatedly. Means what you mean by loop? Means if you want to some set of instructions, if you want to repeatedly execute, means set of statement it will execute repeatedly, means again and again that statement will execute. That is called as a looping, that is called as a loop. Some set of statements need to execute repeatedly, we use looping control statements. Means you in that loop, that set of statement it will execute again and again. If the condition is true, the followed means some set of instruction that is executed. If condition is true, that some set of instruction is executed. Up to that set of instruction is executed, the condition becomes false. If the condition becomes false, then it comes out of the loop and further part it will execute. If the condition is true, that whatever statements you have written in that loop, that executes again and again, that is known as the loop statements, looping statements. So here looping control statement is also known as repetitive or iterative control statements. Why we can call it as a repetitive? Because some set of instruction is executed again and again up to the condition becomes false. If the condition is true, that some set of instruction is executed repeatedly, so we can call it as a repetitive statement or iterative control statements. There is otherwise the name of that statement is looping statements. For this we can call it as a looping statement or repetitive or iterative control statements. See here there are three types of looping control statements. So first one is while loop, do while loop and for loop. These are the three types of looping control statements. First one is while loop. See here to perform the looping it should consist of following things. Means every loop condition, if you want to execute any particular this loop type, means while loop, do while loop or for loop, so to perform looping it should consist of the following things. Means in each looping statement this part is there, so it consists of the following things. These things are present in this every loop. Okay, so first one is initialization. Means we should declare the initialization, means declare the initial value of I. Here initialization. Then condition, means which condition we want to run, that condition you should write here. Means we should write the condition. Then updation, if the condition is true, the the value of I is incremented. See here first initially we have declared some value of I here. So initialize the value of I first, then condition, use that condition, write down condition. If this condition is true, the I means updation, means the value of I is updated, means the value of I is incremented if the condition is true. If the condition is false, your condition is false, then stop the execution of looping and it comes out of the loop and further part it will execute. So to perform the looping it should consist of this following things, means initialization, condition and updation is required in looping statement. So we will see one by one here. So first type of looping statement is while loop. What do you mean by while loop? See here, this looping statement is known as entry level conditioning or pre-test. We can call it for while loop. It is an entry level conditional, means when the loop is started, that entry level. So this loop is called as an entry level or pre-test, means we can call it as an entry level loop or pre-test, otherwise while loop. So instructions in the while loop executes repeatedly if the condition is true. If the condition is true, the followed part is executed. Means that followed part is executed if the condition is true. If this condition is false, it comes out of the loop and followed part is, means further part is executed. Means this loop is executed again and again. So it is called as executed repeatedly up to the condition becomes false. If the condition is true, the followed part is executed, means that some set of instruction is executed again and again, means repeatedly that some set of instruction is executed if the condition is true. If the condition is false, it comes out of the loop and your program is stopped there. So see, this is the syntax. Syntax of while loop is initialization. See, if you want to execute the looping statements, while loop, for loop or do while loop. So there are three things in looping conditions: initialization, condition and updation is required. So see here, initialization means initialize the value of I here, then initialization, then while condition, whatever condition you want to run in your program, so write down that condition. While condition, if the condition is true, it comes, cursor comes out inside the loop. Then statement 1 is executed, means whatever statements you have written here, that statement is executed. Then updation means what? If the condition is true, the followed means followed statements, this is some set of instruction is executed. Then next, the value of I you have initialized here, that updated, means the value of I is incremented here, means updation. Then again this loop is executed, again this condition is executed. If this condition is true, the followed part is executed, again it go back here, again this loop will execute. If this condition is true, the followed part within that loop, that followed part is executed. Then again and again, means repeatedly this some set of instruction is executed up to the condition is true. If this condition is true, the followed part is executed again and again, means repeatedly these statements are executed. While if this condition is false, this part, means whatever statement, some set of instruction you have written in this loop, it's skipped, it comes out of the loop and next statements are executed. Means up to the condition becomes false, this part is executed again and again. This is called as a while loop. If this condition is false, it comes out of the loop and further part it will execute, or your program will stop here. This is known as while loop. See here, this is the flowchart of while loop. Flowchart will show the flow of logic, mean whatever logic you are using in your program, it shows that logic. How that logic is follows, means how your program is working step by step. See here, initialization means value of I you have declare here, mean initialize the value of I here. Then while loop, it will check the condition, while condition. In this write down the condition. If this condition is true, is here, I have written here true. If this condition is true, the followed part is executed. Statement 1 is executed and value of I is updated, means value of I is incremented. Again this loop go back here, again this condition is condition will check. If this condition is true, the followed part is executed, it comes here again. If this condition is true, this part is executed, again this loop comes here, like this. If this condition is true, this some set of instruction is executed again and again. This is known as loop. This is called as a loop. So we can call it as a while loop. if this condition is false, it come this further part, this whatever statements you have written within loop, it skipped. This condition is false, it comes out of the loop and this part will execute. Means whatever statements you have written in false part, that it will execute. Then next statements are executed or stop the program. This is called as a while loop. Loop means the some set of instruction is executed again and again. This is called as a loop. Okay, remember this. Okay. See, if this condition is true, these statements are executed. The condition is true, the again and again this part is executed. If this condition is false, this part is skipped, it comes out of the loop and further part it will execute. This is known as looping control statements. Okay, this is a flowchart of while loop. Then we will see the example of while loop. Okay, for example, palindrome program. Your palindrome program, in this program we will use the while condition. See here, hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. See here, this palindrome program, you have this palindrome program in your lab assignment. Means practical, for practical you have a palindrome program. So I have given, I have written, I have typed here palindrome program as an example of while loop. See here, hash include stdio.h, conio.h, write down the two header files, then void main. This is execution of C program, start from the main function, then int num. See here, we are using here int type of data type, then num digit reverse equals to 0. So initially we declared the reverse value is 0. Temp here, see here, means any value. See, initialization means initialize the value of I, otherwise any value. See here, I have initialized the value of reverse equals to 0 here. So we are using here temporary variable. Then write down, see here, num, digit, reverse, temp, these are the variables, and int is a data type. This data type can hold these variables. Then CLR, SCR. Then clear the if you want to clear the previous output screen, use the CLR SCR function in your program. So printf is the output function. So enter an integer for displaying the message on monitor screen. We are using the printf function. Enter an integer. Then scanf %d. So I have written here %d because I have used here integer type of data type. So use %d ampersand and num, means whatever number you have entered, that it will saved in particular location. When program is executing, that time it fetch the address of that number, means exactly in which location that number is saved, it fetch the address of that number. Then temp equals to num. See here, this is temp equals to num is called as a initialization. See here, I have declared here temp is equals to num, means whatever number we have entered, that same value we have taken here temp value. So we have initialized here temp value is num. In some program we will declare, we can take the value of I as the initial value. In this program, see here, we have declared temp value is equals to num, means whatever number you have entered, that same value we have taken as a temporary. Temp is a variable, so we have initialized the temporary variable value here, temp equals to num. This is called as a initialization. Then while, this is the condition, num is greater than 0, means whatever number you have entered, that number is greater than 0. If this condition, see, num is greater than 0, this is a while condition. If this condition is true, it comes inside the loop, and whatever statements, means whatever some set of instructions you have written within loop, that it will executed again and again up to the condition becomes false. Means the condition is true, the followed part is executed. If the condition is true, the followed part is executed again and again. This is called as a loop. If this condition is false, it comes out of the loop and further part it will execute. See here, while num is greater than 0, if whatever number you have entered here, means whatever integer you have entered here, that number is greater than 0, then it comes inside the loop. It will execute this mathematical statements. Digit equals to num mod 10, reverse equals to reverse into 10 plus digit. See here, you should take the reverse value is 0 because initially we declared the reverse value is 0. So take 0 plus 0 into 10 plus digit, means whatever value you will get here digit, that it will put here. Then num equals to num divided by 10. This using this formula computer can process, means computer can calculate the result, and this loop is executed again and again up to the condition becomes false. If this condition is true, the followed part is executed again and again. Then again the loop comes here. If while num means whatever number you have entered, that number is greater than 0, then this part is executed. If this condition is false, means whatever number you have entered, that number is not greater than 0, then it comes out of the loop and further part it will execute. Means print reverse number is equals to. Reverse number means what? See here, means whatever number see here, in this program you can enter at least output, at least input, at least 2 digits. Means you should not enter any 1 digit, because here we want the reverse of that number. Means whatever number you can enter on keyboard, so we want the reverse of that number, so enter at least 2-3 digits. Okay, see here, printf reverse number is equals to, means whatever number you have entered, if you enter the 2 digits or 3 digits, so reverse of that number, then printf entered number is, means whatever number you have entered, that number it will display. So initially we have take the temporary variable is equals to number, means whatever number you have entered, the same value here. If it will check the condition, if condition temp equals to reverse, means whatever number you have entered, that number is a temporary number also. So that temporary number is equals to reverse, means if you enter the 1 2 value, means 12 value, if you entered 12, the reverse of 12, I have entered 2 digits, means 1 and 2. So reverse of 1 and 2 is 2 1. So reverse value is 2 1, and temporary variable means number I have entered is 1 2. So 1 2 is equals to 2 1. No, if this condition is false, this part is skipped. It comes to the else part. Number is not palindrome. See, if you entered here 1 2 1. Okay, 1 2 1. So reverse of 1 2 1 is 1 2 1. Means whatever number you have entered, that number and the reverse of that number, both numbers are equal. Then it comes inside the loop. That number is palindrome. It will display this message on monitor screen. That number is a palindrome, and else part is skipped. It comes out of the loop. Your program execution of program is done here. Okay. See here, it will check the condition. If this condition is true, the followed part is executed. If condition is false, it comes to the else part, and whatever statements you have written in else part, it will execute. See here, output, enter an integer 1 2 3. See here, I have entered here 1 2 3. I have entered here 3 digits 1 2 3. The reverse number, the reverse of 1 2 3 means from back to front. So reverse of 1 2 3 is 3 2 1. The reverse number is 3 2 1. Means entered number is 1 2 3 and reverse number is 3 2 1. The both numbers are equal? No. 1 2 3 and 3 2 1 is not equal. Both numbers are different. So number is not palindrome. See here, enter an integer. If you enter here 1 2 1, the reverse of 1 2 1 is 1 2 1. The entered number is 1 2 1 and the reverse number is 1 2 1. So both numbers are equal. The both numbers are equal means that number is a palindrome. This is called as a palindrome. Means whatever number you have entered, that number and the reverse of that number is equal. Then that number is called as a palindrome. If both numbers are not equal, then that number is not palindrome. Okay. See here, second type of loop is second type of looping statement is do while loop. So we will discuss do while loop in next class.